Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, very excited to do because I got two of the brand new Pat McGrath Star Wars collaboration Quints. Now I did order the pack of all three. However, the one, the Droid one, is not going to be shipped until December 27th, and these were shipped right away. Now when I did purchase them, it did state that the one Droid one was going to be shipped out on the 27th. So whenever I get that one, I will try and do a video and upload it. However, I am going on vacation the first week of January. So if it comes like right before I leave, then I probably won't do a video on that, just because by the time I get back, it'll be like way too late. But I am going to do a video on these two and very excited. So I have Sith Seduction and the Golden One. Now the Golden One is already sold out. I'm assuming that they will eventually restock. This is the one that is probably the most wearable. This is the one that's probably in between, and then the Droid one is the one that's probably the most colorful. So the Golden One was definitely the one I was personally most excited about. But I did get the two Quints from the holiday collection and I absolutely love them. They're spectacular. I think these are such a great buy for Pat McGrath. So I was very excited that she's doing these types of Quints again, even if they're limited edition. So, but let's talk also about the whole Star Wars collection as a whole. Now, this isn't the first time Pat McGrath has done a Star Wars collaboration. There was a time before. However, I was not into Pat McGrath at that point. I don't even think I was really into makeup at that point. So I kind of totally missed that. So this is the first Star Wars collab that I've been around for. I was very excited to see it. And she kind of teased a mothership. And I was like kind of hoping there wasn't a new mothership, because I was just like, I really don't want to feel like I need to buy a new mothership palette at $129. And it was basically a repackaged one of Midnight Sun, which was Mothership 6. So I already have that. I did get it on sale earlier this year at $77, which was, you know, still expensive, but better than $129. And but it did have like this nice packaging with Star Wars and it looks beautiful. Turns out it's a sticker. So Monica Bell, it's the Monica Bell Makeup on Instagram. So I'll post the link to her account and her reel below. But basically she got it. It appears that it looked like it was a little crooked. So she kind of realized it was a sticker and it lifted off. And she has it, basically she filmed the whole thing of her lifting it off. Now it looks like a very luxurious sticker. It's very, it's puffy, it's raised, but it's still a sticker. So it looks like they just kind of repackaged the current Midnight Suns that were on sale for forever for $77. I do like the Midnight Sun palette. It's just not one of my favorites, so I didn't feel the need to buy it just for the packaging, and now I'm glad I didn't, because it's basically a sticker. So just a PSA that if you are purchasing it for just the packaging, it is just a sticker. So do with that what you will. But going to these Quints, like I said, there is three of them. So I have Sith Seduction, the Golden One, and this is the packaging. Now I am not one to keep packaging, but I really liked this. So obviously this is, what is it, not R2D2. I can't think of his name. I'm losing my mind. Obviously Darth Vader, and then there's the droid. That's R2D2. So it's called Divine Droid. That's the one that's going to be released on or ship out on the 27th. So Divine Droid, and then like I said, these two. So I did buy the whole package. These run $36 a piece. The set of three was $97, and then I did get a 10% off with the pre-order or whenever it launched. So I think it cost like just under $90. So these cost about $30 a piece with when I bought the set, and then with the 10% off. So not terribly, not cheap, but definitely not terribly expensive. And you get basically three different looks. So let's go ahead and get started with these two. Okay, so here is the Golden One palette. Again, this is the packaging. It is C3PO, I knew that. This is the one that is currently sold out. So you can't buy the set because this one is sold out. And I'm not surprised, because this one I think is the most wearable. Some might say it's the most boring, but to me it's the most wearable, and this is the one I personally was the most excited for it to come out. Now I'm assuming it will eventually get back in stock, but you just don't know. So here are the shades. This is Binary Sunset, Tatooine, Gold Etiquette, Coral Blitz, and Cyborg Relations. So really, really pretty. It gives a nice little, description on the website, but let's go ahead and do some swatches. Okay, so we're gonna start with Binary Sunset. Next is Tatooine, Gold Etiquette, Coral Blitz, and Cyborg Relations. So very, very warm palette, obviously very golden, but this one I am just so excited, and as you can see with the swatches, it just swatched so beautifully. Okay, and next we have Sith Seduction, which is the one for Darth Vader. Here is the palette, and here is the packaging. Again, really love the packaging. I'm not one to save the boxes, but I think I might save these boxes. Now, this one is definitely the middle of the road as far as color. Divine Droid is definitely the one with the most color. This one is somewhat middle of the road. This one doesn't have any mattes though. So the shades are Imperial, Dark Destiny, Mustafar Heat, Galactic Conquest, and Force Sensitive. So those are the 5 shades, not a matte in between them, but you could definitely pair it up with the golden one because there are 2 mattes in here if you wanted something as a transition shade, or you can go through here. I am going to do 2 looks, one with each, but I'm probably going to go very basic just because that's my skill level. But really pretty. I like this one a lot. This one is, I get excited looking at it, but I also get scared looking at it. So let's see, let's take a look at the swatches. Okay, so we're gonna start with Imperial, Dark Destiny, oh, gorgeous, Mustafar Heat, Galactic Conquest, and Force Sensitive. Now, like I said, these don't have any mattes, but man, these just went on so smooth, and looking at them, to me, they don't scare me as much. I think they're definitely user-friendly. So anxious to try these out. Okay, so even though I don't have Divine Droid, I do want to go ahead and go over what it's about, what's inside, because I think by the time I get it, I will probably be out of town, and I'm probably not going to have time to film right when I get back. So by the time I have a chance to film, it'll be end of January. But the 5 shades in this, again, there's no matte shades. The 5 shades are Astral Lime, Bronze Circuit, Secret Blueprint, Optic Fuchsia, and Ultraviolet Messenger. So if you look at all the 5 shades, they're absolutely beautiful, but for me, looking at them as a whole, it looks a little overwhelming. It looks a little scary because it's very colorful. However, my intention of using that one is probably more of a one and done, using it as a color pop, like Super Shock, where I just kind of go in all over the lid, or the Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shots. That's where I plan on using that, where I'm just gonna probably do a one and done, not necessarily create a whole eye look, but just because that's how I use color, because that's the way I feel. I don't look like a clown. So now the Astral Lime and the Bronze Circuit, those I think are definitely more probably user friendly. Maybe I could use the one of those with one of the colorful shades. Astral Lime looks to be more antique-y gold than it does lime, but we'll just have to see once I get it. But that's my intention with that particular Quint. Well, I'll probably go in more like a one and done, or pair it with just a transition shade. So, but really pretty, really excited to have all 3. But again, the only one that has matte shades is the golden one. There's 2 matte shades. Everything else has no matte shades. So it really makes sense to pair them all together as a set. I think that makes sense. The set again is $97. You can get 10% off. I think still, if there is, I think it was Trilogy 10 was the code. I'll put it below. And, if there's a link there, it's probably affiliate link. So, I do get a portion, just FYI. I do think it makes sense if this one comes back into stock, then I do think it makes sense to get all 3. So if you don't want this one, you think it's too boring, then the other 2, you make it pick and choose which one. But I think they're great, and you're gonna get 15 shades, which is still, with the motherships, you get 10. Obviously they're a lot smaller, the size wise, but I don't know about you, but I never go through eyeshadow palettes anymore. So the size for these are perfect. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna do 2 quick eye licks, one on each side, very, very basic, just to kind of show you how it looks on the eye. Alicia Archer, who used to be Kinky Sweat, she's fantastic. She has tutorials on both of these on her channel. She's much better than I am at makeup, so she also does really great comparisons. She's like the expert on Pat McGrath. So if you're looking for comparisons to see if maybe you have these shades compared to other shades in the Pat McGrath collection, she's really great with that. So I would refer you to her channel, and I will post a link to her videos on these 2 Quints below. So, and I think once she gets the Divine Droid, she will be posting that one as well. So really great. If you want true tutorials, go to her channel, not mine. But let's go ahead and let's start with the Golden One. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Coral Blitz with my Rephr 27, and I'm just gonna use this as the transition shade all over the eyelid. And again, I'm gonna make, ooh, that goes on a lot. That was a lot. So I'm just gonna go all over the eyelid as a transition shade. And I do find with Pat McGrath that natural hair brushes work better with Pat McGrath. So it can, I've definitely used my Sigma, my BK brushes, but I do like using my Rephr with Pat McGrath. So that is Coral Blitz, really pretty over the eye. You don't need a lot, and but that really packs a punch, really pretty. Next, I'm going to go in with Tatooine, which is the brown with my Sonia G. What is this? A Crease Pro. So only Sonia G I got. I got it in the Beautylish Lucky Bag last year. So I actually just purchased mine. Can't wait. Hopefully they will get another Sonia G or another brush. But I'm just going to put this on the outer crease and the outer corner of my eye to add some dimension before I go in with one of the shimmers. Okay, going in with Gold Etiquette now on my finger instead of the brush since it went everywhere. And I'm just gonna put it all over the lid, and I'll smooth it out in a second, but that is really, really pretty. And I'm just gonna smooth it out with a brush and then go a little bit more. And really, really pretty. Now I did get it. I usually will go in with my eyeshadow first because I do get fallout. There was definitely fallout with this one, not with the 2 mattes, but definitely with this one, but that's user error. I usually go in with my eyeshadow first, but because I was doing this video, I did my makeup first, so I'll just clean that up after. But really, really pretty. But let me clean that up a bit. Okay, and finally I'm gonna go in with Binary Sunset on the inside corner and just tap a little right there. And I'm not sure if this is too, I think this is too deep for the brow bone. I think it's too dark for me. Maybe for someone with a deeper complexion it would work, but really pretty. And that is my final look. Really pretty, very easy to use. Obviously I think this is the most user-friendly of the 3, but definitely added more color than I expected. Really pretty. Just this is what I love. Warm tones, sparkly, great. The only shade I did not use was Cyborg Relations. Would probably try and put that one over the lid next time I do it, but really, really happy with how it came out. Okay, so now we're gonna go with Sith Seduction, and as you can see, like I mentioned, there's no matte shades, so I'm gonna go in probably with just 2 shades, maybe a third, but I'm gonna do a very simple look just because that's what I'm comfortable with. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Imperial as the transition shade, and I'm gonna go all over the lid. What I would typically do if I wasn't doing this on camera and trying just to use this palette, I would probably go in with a matte shade over the lid and then just use one of the shades. So I'm gonna do this all over, and let's go in with that. Okay, so there is Imperial. Now, if you wanted a one and done shade, this is gorgeous. Like, this is absolutely stunning. I love the way it came out. It's just like a taupe. I'm sure there's probably fallout everywhere just because user error, but really pretty. But let's go in. I'm torn between the green or the blue. So I think I'm gonna do, let's go with the blue. Okay, so the blue is Dark Destiny, so that is what I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with my finger. I learned the last time. So I'm gonna go in just over the lid. And now I did put this shade all over the lid, So I probably should have just gone in the crease, but it does seem to be layering pretty nicely. And then I'll go and smooth it out with a brush. Okay, so now it's on the eye, and I'm just gonna go out and smooth the edges a little bit. And very, very simple. Now again, what I would probably do is I would probably do more of a one and done and not with the 2 shades, probably just a matte shade with this. But the blue is really pretty, very, very deep. It's a navy, it's like a navy blue. So it's not, you almost have to look, it's almost black. It's so gorgeous, but it's a really pretty shade. So I messed up. The one I went in with originally was Force Sensitive, not Imperial. So I'm gonna go in with Imperial now, just in the inner corner, just to kind of give it a little bit of, I don't know, oomph, I don't know what the term would be, just in the inner corner, just to add another color. But there you have it. So that is Sith Seduction. Okay, so I went ahead in and added a little bit on the lower lash line, just pretty much the same colors that I used. But here is the 2 Quints. This is the Golden One. This is Sith Seduction. So if you were going to pick one of the 3 and you like neutral tones and you want something that's going to be wearable, I would say this is going to be the one. Golden One is going to be it because it has 2 mattes and 3 metallics. If you want something a little bit more fun and more colorful, then I would maybe even go for Divine Droid. If you want something in between or something that's going to create smoky looks, then Sith Seduction is going to be it for you. If you want all 3, then I think obviously the set of all 3 is the route you want to go. Again, Golden One is out of stock right now. It is sold out, so hopefully it will come back in stock, and I think it's worth waiting for the restock to get all 3 if you aren't in a hurry. If you just want the other 2, then, you know, maybe get them, but it is going to cost you more money in the long run. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think these are great. They're super lightweight. I love these Quints. They're just, even the quads for Pat McGrath, they came in that really thick packaging, so they were really heavy. So I didn't really travel with these often. These are great. They're super lightweight, they're compact, they're cardboard. Now these are stickers. These are stickers right here, but that's to be expected. These aren't repackaged. That's just, it is, you can tell it's a sticker. I'm fine with that. I love the packaging with the Star Wars, the Pat McGrath at the bottom. I think it's beautiful. You have the names of the shades on the back. So really, I just think they're great. I have the other 2 from, I guess it's Celestial Nirvana that I've been using. So I hope she continues with these Quints. I think they're great. I like them better than the quads. I like them in this packaging. They're more affordable. They're just, I think they're just all around great. So highly recommend these, and that's all I can really say. I didn't pick up anything else from the collection, just the Quints, and but I think these are probably the best buy. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.